Hi, and thanks for watching. Today we're going to have a look at Landmark. Okay, so the first thing you're going to notice in Landmark is all the amazing things other players have made. Like this skyscraper, they've managed to take up their full claim amount, which is fairly impressive. But you'll see how long this would have taken them once we get to a bit further down the track into build mode. Quite a few hours. It looks like only stone and glass, and that's really because that's all you have to work with in this early state of Landmark. Okay, so once you're done exploring, you'll head off to this place, the main hub. Now it has forges, tinkerer's workshop, just where you can get all your starting items together. Main problem is you have to run everywhere, and it takes almost too long to get from place to place. Now, as I said, early days, but hopefully there's going to be some sort of vehicles allowed. And at this point they do claim that they've put PvP in. Now, that's all well and good, but that implies that there's anyone on your server to fight against. And to date I haven't seen anyone. So what you're seeing now is getting your first claim flag, which you need really to do anything in the game. So we've crafted ourselves our claim flag. Multiple other things you can make. You can make your own forges to place on your lot, although gathering all the resources needed is long-winded, and at this point there's a lot of resources that I haven't been able to find, and they tell me I have to go to another island. But harvesting, you have a quick look at it, it's a bit clunky, like it's not as intuitive as you'd hope. But it's pretty straightforward, just like any other game where you have to harvest and then build. Alright, so pretty standard, except for when you're trying to harvest stone, it's only ever one layer and then you hit dirt. Now, like other games, you'd think the further down you go, the more varied the resource, but no, it's just dirt. Alright, so let's move on to staking your claim. So we'll put our claim flag out. Now, supposedly all that other land is reserved, but you'll see later when we pan out on the map that there's not really that many claims made by players, and that's probably because you have to pay up upkeep each day to keep it there, and if you don't log in they just delete your claim on you, which is what happened to me. So we're having a look at my second claim space. Now I have sped this footage up about 8 times from normal because it does take a long time. So overall this is about 2 hours of footage. Now the tools are quite nice. The paintbrush tool, quite effective, although it does chew up your resources pretty quickly. Yeah, so too easy. Now the single line tool, it's handy. It takes forever to construct anything doing one line at a time, and I'm glad that I found an easier way coming up shortly. The movement, as you just saw, is a bit clunky. Hopefully they're working on that, because that would suck for PvP, basically. So you just see me putting more lines of stone in then as I go. Interesting stuff. Just outlining the structure I want to make. Now can tell you that some people have made some truly amazing things in Llama, and it is possible, but it would take a lot of time, a lot of effort, and supposedly you can have other people working on your claim if you approve them, and if you ever actually see any other players in the game, which is its biggest drawback at the moment. No one seems to be playing it. Now, this is the fill tool, and it speeds things up a lot, and thankfully I found it early on. Now, construction is very easy, pretty straightforward. As you see, it does take a long time to get everything lined up correctly, but all creative games take a bit of time. I remember when Minecraft first came out, it took me forever to build anything. And as you see, in just a couple of hours, I managed to build up a pretty solid claim to start off with. Now, you can build block by block and change the size of the blocks, but it's still a difficult process. Now, you can embellish your creations. Now, copper seems to be the currency at the moment, but I'm also using it for some details here. So putting in some torches. Now, the lighting effects are quite nice, and they match up with any other material that you might use. Now, this part I'm just building a small little fountain. For what reason, I don't know. More just to show the water physics or lack thereof. It's more like jelly than water. Alright, so there you see your jello blocks going in. I understand aesthetically it's kind of pleasing, but pointless all the same. Because it doesn't even have a sound effect when you walk through water in this. It might as well not be there. And just build this up a little bit further using the trusty line tool again. Okay, so now that that's done, move on to some other materials. Now, you do have glass, stone, copper, and a gemstone called agate. Now, we're just putting some outlines in with some polished granite. That, I think, is the most versatile thing about Llama. You can harvest stone, but it's not necessarily one type of stone. It can be any pattern. Now you see a little bit of wall art going on using a sphere tool in the glass. So there's no end to how much you can customize something using this voxel system. But disappointingly at the moment, it's really the only thing there is to do in this game. Yeah, so you'll just see me murdering through here, putting some gemstones on everything. Some spheres. Okay, now, nice polished granite forecourt, why not? Now at the moment it's sort of nighttime and I've picked the side of a mountain, so the lighting effects aren't really coming in. Shortly, once I make this bizarre little sculpture thing that I'm putting together here, just as a can I do it more of operation than it looks good. A big copper ball on top. And for some reason, the only way you can build things in this game is while doing Captain Jack Sparrow hand movements. So hopefully that gets sorted out. It just looks weird and really unnecessary. So we'll just go here and make out some more of these floors. Now here I decided to do something a little more special. Alright, so there's a gate wall. Now I'm just going to make this roof out of glass and a gate. Now you're seeing a bit better of the lighting effects in the game, which I think really helped to make the game aesthetically pleasing. Now as the night time's coming in, everything's getting a bit more dull in here, but you can see from the torches the type of effect it has. Alright, so now there's just some props to put out. You do get your own forges, and I did buy the game in its founders stage, so they gave me a flag to show off. Now this is the map. Now it took me roughly 10 minutes to run from that little blue spot on the map, which is the main area, to my claim. As you can see, there's not that many claims made in this game, which I think is a bit of a slight considering they said that the game would only be available on 64-bit systems because there'd be so many claims. And just a side note, this game did make me do a full computer upgrade. Not regretting the computer, but kinda regretting that this is what forced me to do it. But it's fun, I hope it will come along further. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit us up on our Twitter and our Facebook. And for weekly updates and more videos, subscribe. See you next time, stay wise.